Hello and welcome to For the Glory, a Wattle Nest production series showcasing some of Australia's finest elite athletes to share their stories, inspire our nation and embrace the power of sport. My name is Rachel Condos Fields and I'm super excited to introduce you to some more incredible athletes who are going to be amongst some of our most influential and successful stories, enabling us to empower, celebrate and connect community. Joining me today at the desk again is our beautiful co-host and Australian track and field athlete, Nana Owasu. Welcome back, Nana.
Hello, thank you for having me again. Excited to hear some more stories from some fantastic athletes.
And now we are not going to disappoint. We've just heard from a world record holder and now we have another world record holder in the studio. Not just one world record, but 3 world records, Mr. David Ali. Welcome to the show, Dave.
Thanks, Rach. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Oh, it's our absolute pleasure. Now, for those of you watching at home, you might not know Dave's story, but for those of you that can't run a marathon, Dave was running the equivalent of 2 marathons a day for 6 months. I did my first 10K about 4 years ago, thanks to my husband, and I'm still sore and haven't been quite the same. So tell us a little bit about your journey and what provoked you to take this on and what you've actually achieved.
Okay, well, for me it started in 2011. So I broke the world record by cycling around Australia. 37 days, 20 hours and 45 minutes. It was a 14,251 kilometre journey.
You've practiced those stats before, they roll off the tongue, don't they?
They're ingrained in my brain, let me tell you, Rach, they're ingrained in my brain. And it was just a fantastic journey. And was lucky enough to come home with the record from that. And we got such a great following and support that I decided to saddle up again. And in 2015, ran around Australia and broke the record there that was held by Pat Farmer. And ran around in 174 days.
Some would say crazy, but I'm going to say inspiring. Good on you. Yeah.
At an average of 79 kilometres a day, so no rest days in that 174 days. And got back with the record there and also got the 3rd accidental world record, which was the fastest 10,000 kilometres ever completed. So that one was by accident, but yeah, that's been my journey.
Incredible. So the next time Glenn takes me on a 2K run, I will not complain.
3 world records, Dave. Is that enough? Do you want more? What's next?
Yeah, I thought I was retired and I was happy. But look, I've been coaxed into number 4. Yeah, so about 12 months from now, October, November of 2023, I'll be attempting the fastest kayak down Australia's longest river, the Murray River. So some 2,400 kilometres. And yeah, it's on, so attempt number 4.
We had Bonnie Hancock earlier on the show. We'll have to get the 2 of you to have a bit of a surf ski paddle session together. I'm sure she can give you a few tips.
She'd be great. She's an amazing athlete, Bonnie. Yeah, she's great.
What's the training like involved for a world record attempt?
It's full on. It's basically another full-time job is how I would explain it.
Both mentally and physically and financially, I'm
guessing?
Yeah,
mentally, physically, financially, logistically. It's also another full-time job. So it requires a real team of people around me to get one person across the line in an attempt like this. It requires a whole village of people to make it happen.
Now, we were following your run around Australia and we saw some pretty gruesome footage. I think we've got some clips of it of your feet looking like they're about to fall off, your homemade ice bars where you have to do recovery. Now, as I understand it, at some point on that trip, you were actually given medical advice that, call it quits, this is not good, not healthy, and time to stop. Where did you find that mental strength and grit to keep on going? And
yeah, it was tough. It was a real low point of both journeys, really. I was about 150 kilometres from Port Hedland in WA, and I started in northern New South Wales. So for anyone that doesn't know, it's the most furthest point you could be from home. And I started with a slight infection in my big toe, my right big toe, and it started to spread through my leg and up into my body. And I passed out, I threw up, and I had to be taken ahead to Port Hedland Hospital. And the doctor's advice there was that the dream was over, the run was over, and that the infection was spreading through my body. So we quickly liaised with my doctor back on the East Coast, with the doctors at the hospital, and the decision was made that if I was going, I'd have to withdraw myself and discharge myself from hospital, which I did, and went back to where I'd left off. And under some medication. I had surgery the next day on my foot.
Wow.
And I continued on.
Wow, that is incredible resilience and strength. And, you know, what were you saying in your head? What was getting you to that finish line? Why did you go on? Why was it so important?
It was so important to me because, as I touched on earlier, there was such a village of people around me, and I just looked at my crew and looked in their eyes and the look of despair in their face, and they'd given up 6 months of their life to put into this run for me, and I couldn't look at them and tell them it was over. I couldn't do it. I had to find a way to push on, whatever it took, and that was my main motivation to continue on.
You talk about being away for months on months. How do you deal with not seeing your family and friends and changing your lifestyle for such a long amount of time?
Yeah, no, it's tough. That was probably the toughest challenge for me mentally, especially in the highs and lows. It's such an up and down journey the whole way, and every day. I often get asked, was there a time when you wanted to come home? Every day. Every day at some point. There was highs and lows.
They want you to come home though? That's the real question.
That's right. They want me to go again.
So now we really know what's behind the next attempt. Yeah. Go, honey, go.
Yeah. But my wife was fantastic support. She was fantastic. She flew in to all the capital cities and would spend up to a week with me and then fly home and deal with the kids, and I guess back home life has to continue on, so she took on that burden and that responsibility, but 6 months is a long time to be away, and it was good to get home, that's for sure.
And were you always athletic? Did you grow up as a kid competing at premium endurance levels or doing crazy things on the sports field, or did you just have a moment where you decided this was it?
No, it was, I was the kid at school that came last in the cross country. I was hopeless.
Same.
Any endurance related sport just wasn't me. I loved sport in general. I loved cricket, was my game. I loved cricket. I had grand visions of playing for Australia and that never happened. But for me it was, I had twins born prematurely, and at the time I wanted to do a thank you for the hospital. They'd done so much and the twins had pulled through what was a very difficult time for us as a family, and they were fantastic, and I thought, what's the toughest one-day challenge there is? And at the time I thought, it's a Ironman triathlon. I didn't own a bike. I couldn't swim a lap of the pool. And I had a long way to go. But I slowly put it together, and I guess I was bitten by the bug as a result of that, and I completed the Ironman, which was beyond anything I thought I was capable of. And I finished, and I just felt like I had that something more I could do, and it grew legs and went from there.
Wow. Incredible, incredible. Now, Dave, we are running out of time, but Nana likes to finish these sessions with a special game. Did you want to explain the game? And
So, Dave, we've been playing with our guests, 2 truths and a lie. So can you tell us something that we might not know about you?
Oh, 2 truths and a lie. Okay, I was a police officer for 20 years. My feet changed shape and I went from a size 8 to a size 10 on the run. And thirdly, I was the cover for Men's Health magazine.
Ooh, they're all very believable.
oh, I'm going number 1 was bollocks, but
No, I think that might be right. Oh, we'll have to
us
find
guessing.
out
We'll
later.
find out
Keep us
later.
guessing.
Yes.
David, it's always a shame to wrap these things up because you're the type of person we could talk to for hours, and I know that there's so much more to that story. When you've spent 6 months on the run and you're trying to summarise your experiences in 10 minutes, there's a lot left to the imagination, but we sincerely wish you the very best of luck for your next journey, and we'll be watching your world record attempt with great interest. We do have, thanks to Audera, some headphones to thank our studio guests so that we can promote your healthy hearing and help you find your personal sound.
Oh, thank you very much. Great. It's great to be here, guys, and thank you very much.
No, it's wonderful.
Thank
and Nana,
you.
thank you as always for being the remarkable co-host you are.
Oh, no, thank you, Rachel.
So that concludes this session of the For the Glory Wattle Nest Elite Athlete Empowerment Program. Be sure to tune in next time as we discuss and share more stories from the professional athlete world. Until next time, everyone, thank you.